Hi, this is Karan from India. I intend to keep this very short, the introductory part. Um, the kind of educational videos that now I'm thinking of starting is something that I really wanted to do since a long time, and I'll leave out the motivation for some other video maybe because I really want to start making this video, and we're gonna be learning things here and there about JavaScript. And the thing that we're gonna do today is something that I really find interesting. Okay, so this tutorial series is gonna be on JavaScript and things in and around it. And let's begin. Hello, people. In today's video, we're gonna look at different ways of reversing a string in JavaScript. Without much further ado, let's begin. Okay, so I'm gonna have a string here. I love mountains very much, but oops, I love beaches more. Yes, I do. The very first way that we're gonna try reversing this particular string character by character in the output is by doing it using a for loop. You might want to go ahead and pause this video if you want to try it and then come back and then see how I do it. So go ahead, pause it, pause it, pause it. Okay, now I'm gonna start. The very first way that I want to try doing this is using the for loop, and let's begin. So I'm gonna make a string reversed str, and I'll assign an empty string to this. Then what I will do here is I will start with the back of the string, go till the very first character, and I'll do nothing but append, concat every character to reversed string. So how we will do that is like this. No, we're not going to start from 0. We're gonna start from string dot length -1, then we're gonna keep going till the index is 0, and yeah, we're gonna go inside the for loop now, and we'll simply do reverse string plus is equal to. So what plus is equal to does is actually in case of a string, it concatenates whatever you give on the right hand side to the variable on the left hand side, obviously. And here we're gonna concatenate string dot, we want to fetch the character at this index, which is I, and now we're gonna go ahead and log the reversed string, and I'm gonna save this file, and woohoo, we have the whole string reversed. Okay, so that was pretty simple and straightforward. The very second way that I want to try doing this is using method chaining. If you have any clue whatsoever on how we can do that, you might want to pause the video again and go ahead and do it. I'm not going to keep saying this again and again. So yeah, let's start doing that. I'm just going to comment all of this code for once. And so we once again have the string, I love mountains very much, but I love beaches more. Okay. So what I want to now do is do the whole reversing of the string within one sentence using method chaining. So here we go. So the way to do that is I'll first convert the whole string into an array of characters like this. So string dot split method splits the string using the splitter that you give. So here I'm gonna give a splitter to once see what dot split does. Really, we're gonna give space as a splitter, and I'm gonna try logging the output. Okay, so as you can see, it logged an array where it has all the words separated out. I love mountains very much, but I love beaches more. Yeah, so it basically broke the whole string from all the space characters that it found. So now let's see what will happen if I don't give any character here, which means I will give an empty string here. I'm gonna clear this up and I'm gonna save this file, and it broke down every single character because there's nothing to really split anything by, so it just goes ahead and splits the whole thing. Splits. So now that we know that we have an array of all the individual characters, including the space characters, in this much code, I'm gonna get rid of this, and every array in JavaScript gets a reverse method from its prototype. So I'm gonna just reverse this array, and since we wanted to reverse the string, I'm gonna simply join this array. I'll not use any separator here, and that will result into the reversed string being, I'm gonna clear this up and then save the file, and we once again have it. Yeah, we did it. So in case you are wondering what these individual methods do, you might want to go ahead and read about them. Split basically split our whole array, the whole string into an array of all the individual characters that the string had. Reverse function on this array, now this has become an array, right? So reverse function on this array, it reversed every element of the array, and then once again joined every element of the reversed array using no separator. If I had given a separator, a random separator here, let's see what happens really. If I had given a hash, then we will see a very weird string here. Oh yeah. So basically it joined every character using the character hash. So this was the second way of doing it, method chaining I'd call it, and I'll move it along. Okay, the very third way is my favorite way of doing it. This is also a very good way where you can just do it within one line, but the third way that we're gonna try to do, it requires a bit of thinking on, oh, how do I do this. It involves a bit of functional programming, in the sense that we're gonna use recursion here. So if you have any clue on how we might do this, you might want to pause the video and go ahead and do it, but I'm gonna start with this. So okay, I have commented every other thing. Now we're gonna start using recursion here, and the way that we're gonna do this thing is we're gonna make a function reverse string, and then I'm gonna pass it a string. I'll call it _str so that there's no clash in the variable names in the outer scope and the inner scope, which is a very good thing to do always. And then I'm gonna write some code here, and what I would simply want to do is I would want to call this function, give it this string, and I'd simply want that my string must be reversed by this function. So how are we really gonna do this using recursion? So what I'm gonna do here is I am going to return, I'll break the string into two parts, into the first character and into the rest of the substring. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna call reverse string on the substring that I just made, and then concatenate the very first character to it. So okay, I think it might sound confusing, but let's see how it goes. So what I'm talking about is, what I'll do here is I'm gonna call reverse string on string dot substring and from 1. Okay, and then I'm gonna add dot char at 0. So let's see what happens now. If I save this file, I'll just clear the terminal here, and oh, there's an error. Why is there an error? So I think we haven't handled the case when the string is reduced to nothing but an empty string here. So I'm just gonna do this thing here. If underscore str is equal to an empty string, then I'm just gonna want to return an empty string. I'm gonna save this, and ooh, I have something now. Let's look at the result. Yeah, it seems like it reversed the string. So what really happened here? Let us go through it one step at a time. So when I'll just clear the terminal here, and we'll just look at what this thing really did, this particular line here. So this thing is pretty much straightforward, that I'm concatenating the result of this much code and the very first character. So essentially we really want to keep picking one character at a time, keep pushing them back, and on the left side we want the rest of the substring reversed. So let's see how it looks like and what it looks like if I have a normal string like this. If I had Karan here, so what I want to do is, in the very first call of this function, of this recursive function, what I want to do is I want to take ARAN and essentially reverse it. Oops. Assuming that reverse is a function which reverses any given string, and then I want to append k here, so which is nothing but reversing the whole string, right? Assuming that rev is a recursive function which will do the same thing with this, so it will be nothing but this now, ran plus a, because now we're gonna remove this first character in the second recursive call, and this whole thing will once again be concatenated by k, and so on. Oops. Auto completion is a bitch. So this is how this recursive recursive method of reversing a string has worked for us. I'll once again uncomment the code and we'll have a look at it once more if we can see any other way, any fourth way of reversing the string. Actually, I don't as of now, but I really find this way very fascinating because it involves recursion, and I love recursion. Whenever I get to write it, I do write it. We will probably make a video where we might compare all these ways and then try to find out which is actually the best way to do it. There might be 10 other ways maybe to do it right, and I'm pretty sure there will be, but which is the most optimum way of doing it, which one takes the least number of CPU time, least amount of CPU time to finish off. So we're gonna look at that in one another video. So I think I'll conclude this video here, and we saw at 3 different ways of reversing a string, this one being doing it recursively, and this one being using method chaining and using the methods given by JavaScript, the functions given by JavaScript on the prototypes, and this one being our very own old friend for loop. See you next time. Bye bye.